If you want to listen to Lovely completely uninterrupted, you can subscribe to our Apple Podcast channel for ad-free episodes. It's $3.99 a month, and we would really appreciate your support. Hello, and welcome back to Lovely. I'm your host, Mehak. And I genuinely can't believe I'm saying this, but happy last episode of 2025. Actually, where did the time go? We started this podcast in February with absolutely no idea what it would turn into, and somehow it became the most fulfilling experiences of the year for me. So before we do anything else, I want to say thank you to everyone that listened, shared an episode, came to me in person and told me how much they felt seen and they felt heard. And I just feel so grateful that everyone's been listening and this lovely little community that I have started. And it's become such a safe space, I feel, for all of us that have been listening, that have been coming on the episode. I get to come on here every Friday, share so many parts of my life with you, and you all have been receiving it so well. But today we're doing a lovely holiday edition. We're going to talk about holiday do's and don'ts, holiday hot takes, and who better than to bring in my two lovely friends, Erik and Waleed, who have been on the pod before and have seen me through every version of myself this year. And because this is the last episode of the year, we're not doing any learning. We're not doing any frameworks. Maybe just a little reflection on, who we've become, what energy we're going to take into 2026. But this is just going to be a good old yap session with two of my closest friends. And this is December, right? We're all cozy. Some of us are cuddled up with a significant other, not us. Some of us are home for the holidays. Some of us are spending time with friends, and some of us are just spending time with ourselves. I love this time of the year because something about December always feels really reflective, honest, and a little unhinged. Erik and Waleed, welcome to Lovely.
Hello.
Hi, Mehak. Hi, everyone. How's it going?
Okay, so you guys know each other. I've kind of connected you both, and we've become this group of friends that hangs out a lot of the times. But before we really get into it, how are we doing?
We're coming off of a little cold. I mean, so are you. That's why we have a little sexy rasp to the voice. We're loving it. Can it stay like this, or do you have to go back?
You don't like my original voice?
The other one's great.
Oh, okay.
The other one's great too. But I was just telling Waleed, I was like, it's just wrapping up to the year. I'm honestly ready for the year to just be
Me too.
Over.
We've lived a lot. We've seen a lot. And I'm ready to see what 2026 has in store. Waleed, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I have been one of the lucky ones. I didn't get the cold, so I'm sorry.
Okay, well, don't speak too
I am
soon.
not ready for the year to be over, so I'm doing great.
We should have had you sitting by yourself to not get sick.
I almost thought I was going to die last week. A whole week of just cooped up in my apartment, not doing anything. But I'm finally seeing the light of day. I have a date this Wednesday, which I'm really excited about. I don't know what's happening, but I'm attracting a lot of foreign men.
Oh.
Not last week, but the week before, I went on a date with this French man.
Hey, oui.
Oui.
Bonjour, merci. Je m'appelle.
This week, I'm going on a date with someone from the UK with a little sprinkle of Scottish, Irish, whatever. We'll find out on Wednesday. I am really excited about Wednesday.
Okay.
This man is so witty.
Oh.
He's so
love
sexy.
That.
And he's 6'4".
Oh.
Wait, hold on. Witty? 6'4".
6'4".
What was the last thing you said?
I don't know. I forget everything.
Those are the only two things that I actually care about. I was like, witty and 6'4", I'm in.
So let's pivot into how we started the year versus how we're ending it. I'll go to you, Waleed, first. How did you start the year and how are you ending it?
So, how did I start the year? So, this year, I decided to do something actually a little bit different, where instead of having New Year's resolutions, I actually just had a word that I kind of went into this year with, which was my intention for the year. And the word for me was discernment. So I tried to incorporate discernment in all aspects of my life, whether it was friendships that I needed to kind of let go of because I was no longer serving them and maybe they also weren't serving me, whether it was, do I need to entertain this relationship? Does it actually align with who I am? And then also just career-wise as well, and also just pursuing my passions. So the year started off with maybe I would say like a lack of discernment, but I'm ending it like with a lot of discernment, knowing exactly who I am, where I need to be, and being okay like walking away from things that are just not meant for me, whether it's friendships, relationships, career stuff. And so I'm ending it on a very self-assured note.
I respect that so much, and I've actually seen you stay true to that. For the record, this is a dating podcast. What was your relationship status starting the year and ending the year?
Single. And we're ending it single.
Yes. Okay, perfect. What about you?
I mean, we started it off in Tulum. There was a lot of, how should I say this? Men. We had such a good time. It was so lovely. I think it was just nice to get away and just be somewhere that I hadn't been before. Totally kind of spontaneous because usually you plan these things like pretty far in advance, but we kind of just were like, we're going to go, we're going to do this. Music was amazing. The men were top tier.
Top notch. Spanish men or just like all over the place?
International. Look at us, Mehak.
Love it.
But it was good. And we're kind of ending it, I think, just as happy, to be honest, as we were starting it. But I really like what you said, Waleed, about discernment. And I feel like I'm going to really carry some of that into 2026. And it's not that it's selfish, but it really is like to help you, right? And to realize who you should really be giving your time to and where you should be allocating that time for yourself.
It hasn't been easy.
Yeah, I think for me, like I started the year single. I swore off dating apps. I'm like, making a dating profile for me will be a humiliation ritual. But I actually really thought about it and I was like, listen, I live in a place where it's going to get cold very fast. And regardless of you going out and trying to meet people in person, there is still such a like stigma and years of conditioning that COVID has created where people no longer feel comfortable going up to people and talking. So the only place you can meet people is dating apps. So went on the dating apps, started dating, and I feel like I started the year like a little broken. I was still like getting over my previous relationships, was still holding on to a lot of energy that didn't need to be held on to. And then I feel like as summer happened, the last few months happened, I've just got my spark back. And I feel like all the pieces are now put back together. We're still ending the year single.
What do you think it was that gave you the spark back? Like, was it a particular person, a situation? Was it just you realizing that, you know, you've always had this spark? It was just maybe dim?
Definitely all of you, like all the most fulfilling friendships that I've had this year. But also I feel like I gave myself a playbook on how to have confidence on myself. It's no longer I can't do, it's almost I won't do. Anytime I'm like, no, you can't do it, it's like, well, you've done it. I feel like just having that has brought back my spark. Speaking of, how does everyone feel about being single and why do you think you are single?
I feel great.
You feel great?
I feel great about it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. I find there's so many people that get into relationships to feel some type of fulfillment. And people are like, well, yeah, but I get that from my partner. But to your point on the fulfillment of friendship, right? I think if you live authentically and you really are so honest with your friends and you guys, you're just yourself and they are as well, those relationships are so genuine and I can come to them with anything and I can feel comfortable with anything. And I find there's a lot of people out there that don't have that protocol with their relationships with friends as they would with a romantic partner. Whereas I'm not like that at all.
Waleed, I want to ask you, how do you feel being single around the holidays? And is it a harder time? Like, do you have your family inquiring about if you have someone special? Or have you had any holiday traditions that make it a little bit harder to be single this time of the year?
I mean, I think with like the Christmas lights and people skating around like Nathan Phillips Square, walking around with their cute little coffees and their boo in hand. Yeah. Like who
Of
wouldn't want
course.
that? Obviously. But I think to your point, Eric, like I am also very comfortable kind of just like in my own skin, in my own life. Like I have a really, complete life with like friends and family and just like my own hobbies, my own passions. So I'm not like sitting there twiddling my thumbs being like, oh my God, I need to be in a relationship. Would it be nice to like curl up to someone and like watch, a Hallmark movie? Absolutely. Would it be really nice to make like a really nice pasta dinner with someone? Absolutely. Would it be really nice to wear like matching sweaters and like, be cringe on Instagram? Absolutely. And that'll happen at some point. But I think I read something on Instagram or saw on TikTok the other day where it was something along the lines of people are getting into relationships considering only with people that are like available. If that makes sense, not emotionally available, but like, for example, there's a lot of people out there who are emotionally available. And for someone who really wants to get into a relationship, the first person that comes across the table or across your desk, as they say nowadays, and they're like, yes, I want to be in a relationship with you, you're kind of overlooking red flags. Maybe not even red flags, but you're overlooking like maybe some misalignment and just getting into that relationship. And I don't want to do that.
Because that's like going to the grocery store on an empty stomach. But if you're full, you're going to be like, hey, I really want this one meal that I saw the recipe for, and you're going to get all the right ingredients.
I will say though, I feel fine being single, but also a little bit too fine. I'm not uncomfortable, which is like, I don't know if that's a good thing.
What is the distinction between right and wrong? Is there a time limit, right? Like, is there something that you're feeling right now that's like, oh, at this age, I should have been with a partner? Like, why is it always so structured, like how we live our life? Like, okay, you go to high school and you go to university, you find your spouse, then you get married, you get a house, like all of this stuff. I don't feel like it should be as structured. Like, it should be a little bit more fluid. And like, I think if you live in that way, you will ultimately find someone that you're supposed to be with because you weren't like, in 5 years, like I got to have like 5 kids and like I have to have, all of this. It's just go with the flow.
Would you guys be okay with being single forever?
Yeah.
I think I've come to terms with that and it doesn't break my heart anymore. I'm just like, okay, that might be a reality and that's okay.
Can I say though, I will have to come to terms with something when my parents eventually go. As an only child, it's just been us 3. I have that like family support, right? At the end of the day, a spouse becomes family. So when that's gone and I'm just then relying on chosen family, but they also have their families. They may have different life paths than you, that they do have children or, a spouse. So I feel like when that day comes, it might be something that I am like, okay, I don't have this constant in my life anymore.
I agree and I disagree. I will not be okay with being single forever. But like, even let's just say like I'm in my 30s now. I think I'm okay to spend a few more years like really trying to find my person. But I do feel like before I hit my 40s, I definitely want a companion. And it's not so much to say that I need to make my parents happy by filling this void. It's personally for me, I've seen how good it can get. And I definitely do think I want that for myself, but I'm willing to take some time with it. I mean, truly, if I'm being honest, I don't have a doubt in my mind that either of us will have to stay single for the rest of our lives. But I do think that we are very unique individuals with unique needs and we aren't going to compromise. So we agree that it will take a little bit of time. But I would love to have my own holiday traditions with my significant other because I've had that in the past. I want you to look back at a time when you were spending the holidays with a significant other. And is there any story that sticks out? Because I would like to tell you a story.
I think we should start us off.
I think we should start off. I'm so intrigued.
Okay, so I was like a lot younger. In 2017, I was with this guy that I was with for 5 years, okay? And it was like everything was so new to me. This was the first time I was dating someone outside of my race and my culture. It was the first time I was spending Christmas with someone's family. It was the first time my mom knew I was spending Christmas with someone's family. And this was almost like a make it or break it year for us. Like if Christmas goes really well, because we'd been together for 4 or 5 years, I was like, wow, okay, cool. And we were also in like this weird limbo where We loved each other both, but we didn't see eye to eye on how we operated with lifestyles and money and all this thing. So anyways, Christmas is coming and he was well off, okay? He was a paramedic and a firefighter. You're making good money. And he was like, what would you like for Christmas? It's our first like official Christmas together. So back then, the double Gucci belt, my entire like Pinterest
Was that belt?
and I like kept sending him texts like, oh my God, doesn't she look amazing? And she's wearing the belt.
Oh my God.
And like just all those things. I kept sending it to him for like 4 months.
It was people's personalities, that belt.
So now it's Christmas Day and we're opening presents and I'm getting a scarf, I'm getting gloves, I'm getting all these things. I'm like, wow. And then everyone finishes wrapping up the presents.
You're like, my pants are a little
I'm like-
loose.
I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom and start tearing up
Aw.
because I'm like, he doesn't love me. Like, all I wanted was this. I'm like, it's okay, Mehak. He's a great guy. You can do this. And then I go out and then there's like a little like box of like Tiffany's on the table.
Oh, gross. How dare he?
We go out and he's like, oh, you forgot to open this one. I'm like, oh, okay. So we open it and it's like one of those heart-shaped pendants. And so cute. Like, I love the necklace, but it's not what I wanted. And it was more symbolic of like
He doesn't listen.
how you don't listen.
Yeah.
If we're together in a relationship and I marry you and I'm like, hey, I want this or I want this in my life, you're not going to give me what I want. And that was a little bit of a pattern. And till this day, you should have bought me that belt. And I'm glad we broke up. He told me to, he's like, I know you really wanted that belt. I don't think I could have afforded it. So I got you this instead. At that point in time, there was like a 4 or 5 age year gap. Today, if my partner was like, I want this, I would get it for my partner. And then you know what happened? The next relationship I got in, he's like, what do you want for Christmas? I said, I want a YSL bag. And what did I get for Christmas?
A YSL
I got a
bag.
YSL fucking bag. Would that hurt you though?
Yes, it would. Like, depends on what I was asking for. Like,
Yeah.
if it was, in retrospect, affordable for him in that moment, and it was just like, you know, you asked me what I wanted and you didn't listen, I would have felt a little bit like, okay.
Like every day of the week, I was like, Gucci belt, Gucci belt. What about you? I know you're very like diplomatic and I get it.
Well, I wouldn't say diplomatic. I think I see the other perspective. I see the other side.
I want you to see your own perspective because I know you can get in your feelings. If
Yeah.
you were saying to your partner of 5 years, this is what I want. And of course, a Tiffany's necklace isn't that cheap. So if you were spending money,
Mhm.
how would you feel?
If I really wanted something and my partner had asked me like intentionally, is this like, tell me what you want? And then Christmas Day comes. And after like lots of like reminders, I open something that is not what I wanted. I think it would make me feel like you've asked me. I've also like told you repeatedly, kind of like, it's not about the thing. Now it kind of makes me feel like you're ignoring what I'm saying.
Yeah. And that was a pattern. So again, it wasn't that specific moment. It was like everything else we wanted to do in life and how we wanted to live our life. A very much difference of approaching things. I think there's a lot of holiday hot takes, whether you are dating someone new, whether this is your first Christmas with someone or the holidays. Let's do a little bit of a round table.
So, like, just a thought, like, Santa is basically drag for capitalism. Like,
I like how you put that.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you see Santa, that little fat man with a red suit, and you pull out your wallet and you spend. And the funny thing is that if you're like a good kid and like it's kind of oftentimes associated with being wealthy, right? And then it's like the whole idea of as well, it's like we spent this whole day, opening gifts most likely already. But then you've opened up all of these gifts of a time where you're supposed to be so grateful for what you have. And it's not enough. And then you go to Boxing Day and you just shop until you drop. So I've always had an issue with like that kind of rhetoric during Christmas. Like for me, it's way more important to spend time with my family. And like, to be honest with you, I have everything. Like, and I don't mean to sound like, above or below. Like I can get myself anything. My parents know that. I don't care that they can go to the store as well and get something that I can also get myself. Like I appreciate the thought, but I would much appreciate an experience. Like let's go to like a trip.
So Waleed, I'm going to hand it over to you to do a holiday do or don't dating edition.
Okay. I'm trying to think of one, if you have one in the meantime.
Well, I think you should not buy someone a Christmas gift you just started dating. Don't do that.
What's the timeline, though, of like just started dating?
Like, honestly, within like a month or something. Like, or your situationship, because some people will bring them to Christmas dinner. And like, I don't think you need to do a big gift, like maybe a book or something. If it's me, it's different. But like a book or something. But also, again, don't bring someone to family dinner you just started seeing.
No.
Yeah.
I understand, you're feeling the warm and fuzzies, but it will get really awkward.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Ben is going to be like,
Not them.
how long have you been seeing each other? It's just be awkward.
3 weeks ago.
3
We're
weeks
in
ago,
love.
wow.
We're getting married
Yes,
soon.
exactly. Do you give gifts based on perceived levels of intimacy, like a 6-month relationship versus a year-month relationship, or how you feel about them?
I think for me personally, it's a feeling, but
Me too.
what were you going to say? Feeling as well?
A feeling, yeah.
But it's also like, everybody's a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
So like one partner could like love reading and love that $20 book from Indigo. But then you could have, Tatiana, the Russian, like stripper who like wants some Louboutins.
Or a fur coat.
Or a fur coat, and that's
Yeah.
going to run you up, right? So it really depends. So I feel like you have to go based off of feeling for that.
Are you both thoughtful gift givers?
I would say I definitely am. So I really like to be mindful, and like I really listen to what people are saying like throughout, whether it's a friendship or a relationship. And I try to give a very thoughtful gift about something that they may have said just in passing. And I'm like, oh, that's really important to you. And it doesn't necessarily have to be materialistic. It could be an experience. Best gift that I've given, my previous partner, I think it was like his 30th birthday or 29th birthday. I can't remember, but I wrote a card about like 29 things that I really love and appreciate about him. And then we went out to like a restaurant that like he really, really wanted to go to. And so that's something that like he really, really enjoyed food. But then I also tried to incorporate like, words of affirmation and all of that in kind of one package. So something thoughtful,
Okay, what about you?
Probably an experience as well. Like my best friend, Nadia, I honestly call her my wife all the time because I've known her. She was the first person that I came out to. And her birthday is like mid-April. Mine is mid-May. So we're kind of close together. She was always so hard to buy gifts for because it was just like she would need things, but she wouldn't ever use them. So like I bought her wallets. Meanwhile, she has like 40 cards in like her pocket. Like she never used the wallet. It was just like didn't match, right? And so we were like, we love traveling, like we love doing things. So why don't we just start doing trips with each other? Our first trip we went to was Jamaica. It was like my first time in the Caribbean. I was like a fish out of water, but it was so fun. We had such a good time.
Okay, let's get into a little he said, she said, we said.
Oh, okay.
I want you guys to think about something that recently happened to you. And we'll do a he said, she said, and then what our collective was after we've heard all points.
I had this guy reach out to me and like pretend to like ask me like how everything is going. I know him as straight, just so we're clear. It had been like too long of a time for him to have actually like had any interest in how my life was going. So I was like, hi, like, how's it going? And kind of just like chatted. It was like a very like basic conversation, one that you would forget. Was he trying to hit on me?
Hold on. What was, when you guys, have you only met once?
No, like we know each other well,
Okay.
but
And
he is like a straight guy, no girlfriend. I'm not a homewrecker, but like it was just too random for it to be friendly, if that makes sense.
did he respond to a story or he just reached out of the blue?
Out of the blue.
Out of the blue and said, hey, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going? We had a like long conversation. He was asking me like where I'm at, like what I'm doing in life, like if I'm single, like all of this kind of stuff. And I
Do you
thought
get
that
any
was super,
vibes that he may or may not be
I
straight?
just thought that was weird.
So he asked if you were single,
Yeah.
and then did he follow that up with anything? Like, did he say, I have a friend that might be
No.
interested?
Just kind of like continued the conversation up.
That's interesting.
What do you think is happening?
I think he was.
You think he was?
Yeah.
And would that make you happy?
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is that you want to hear that he was hitting on you.
So Waleed, what is your take?
Wait, I have a couple more questions. So wait, where did you guys meet?
High school.
Okay, and then how long had it been between like you and him communicated?
Oh, it has to be like pushing like 7 or 8 years.
So when you say out of the blue, like you did not hear from him for 7 years?
No.
7 years.
That's weird. That to me feels like someone who had an awakening. He had like a little session the night before and like figured out what he liked and was like, who do I know?
Are you still talking?
No.
That was a one and done.
It was like a 1.5 and done.
And what did it end on?
We should like catch up and like we should meet up. And I was like, I think I came off like very uninterested because I thought it was just like weird and I didn't know how to process it. But we'll see. Maybe if I see him in person.
Well, you would have to make that happen in order to see him in person.
I think fate will just happen.
No, but I think sometimes you have to control the narrative. Like, why don't you then take him up on that offer? Okay, he said.
I think that the ball is in his court because I wouldn't want you to be in a position where you're making up a story in your mind, which may not be the truth. And then you have all of these emotions already invested. And then you reach out and you said, hey, like, let's actually do this. And let's just say like, quote unquote, like you chase it. And then it turns out that's not the case. If he's exactly, if he's genuinely interested, let him reach out.
Yeah. I feel like if he reaches out again,
then yes,
then we're onto something. But if it's left as it is and that's that, then.
Okay, she said undecided because it's mixed signals. I think if he is battling being straight and then kind of exploring whether he's bi or he's gay, you shouldn't invite him to hang out one-on-one. You should invite him to a group party.
Oh, that could be interesting.
Yeah, you could invite him to a dinner. You could invite him to a new whatever party and then sense the vibes there.
All for Mehak to steal him from me.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, one of us will bet. Is he my type?
He's hot, yeah.
Okay.
He is.
Okay. Do we collectively agree that Erik should invite him? Or should
I
he
agree
just
with
wait?
To a group setting.
Yeah, and just like a come if you want. And if you don't, then okay.
Because if his intention is just to reconnect with you as a friend, then like that's fine. But I wouldn't want you to be hurt because I wouldn't want you to invite him to like a group thing and then you're like, it's not going anywhere.
Waleed, your scenario?
Okay, so I went on a couple of dates with someone this past year. It was over the summer. And again, I really wanted to be, bringing back the word of the year, which was like discernment. And so I was like, I'm not going to lie about who I am. I'm not going to pretend to be someone that I'm not. So I have a hot take about therapy, which is that I think that people who are going to therapy without the basic skill of self-awareness, I think therapy for them actually becomes like a breeding ground for narcissism because you're sitting there for like an hour talking about your perspective and the therapist that is, that you're paying is like, yeah, you're right. I shared this opinion with this person that I went on a couple of dates with over the summer and, it didn't align with their values because the kicker is they were a clinical psychologist.
Oh my God. And you didn't know this?
So in the moment, I did know it. And
okay.
I said this on like date number 2. And I was like, hey, so this is like my hot take. And then, of course, it didn't go anywhere. And then initially, I was just like, I just don't understand. And then Mehak knocked some sense into me. She's like,
no,
Waleed.
but just so everyone can know, you were dating this man who was a psychologist.
Yes.
You said, I do like you. I want to continue dating you, but I don't believe in consistently going to therapy.
Correct.
That's
actually really good context that
consistently going to therapy,
Yes.
but you have gone to therapy before.
Yes.
And what did he say?
Yes. So he said that he wants someone to go to therapy like pretty consistently, like on like a weekly basis. I'm like, well, if I don't feel like I need to go on a weekly basis, I'm not going to go. But if I feel like there's like something that comes up, then yeah, sure. Like I'll definitely go. I'm not against that at all. But that was not good enough and we parted ways.
Yeah. So what is your reaction to that?
My initial reaction to that was I think that he was like perhaps projecting like what happened in his previous relationship and didn't want that to happen again. And I think that's why he like ended things. But that's what he said. Now I want to know what she said.
Well, I want to know what you said.
Well, I think he should have gotten to know you better to understand where you sit with that type of relationship. Like if he felt like you were unhinged and like whatever, then yeah, he would have pushed maybe weekly therapy. So if it's a monthly thing, that's great. Like if it's every 6-month thing, that's great. As long as you are capable of processing your own feelings and emotions in a healthy way, and you don't need someone to essentially moderate those feelings, then who the hell is anybody, even if they are a psychologist, to tell you you need to do this once a week? That seems like a waste of money. It's not like it's a $10 expenditure. It's like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And if you can't, like for me, I've never been to therapy once. And it's not to say that I shouldn't have or I should be doing it, but I process things myself. So for me, it would be like, yeah, I would maybe go once a year or every 6 months and do like a little check-in. But like, if you would have said, no, you have to, it feels like suffocating. For me, that's a do not. Yeah, that's an ick. I would have gotten up and left.
Yeah, I think when you first told me the story and the way I see it now is we never see things as they are. We see things as who we are. So I think there was a little bit of projection on both sides. He's probably coming from a place where he was dating someone who completely refused to go to therapy. And he's like, well, I don't want another one of those. And I think maybe you came in a little bit too hot, as you should, because you have your own stance. And then for you, it didn't sit right because you probably dated someone in the past that was a little bit controlling. And you're like, I don't want another one of that.
Well, I dated someone in the past who did go to therapy weekly. And when I tell you, that will fuck up your relationship like anything else. In that relationship, I knew that on a Wednesday night, I would get a call. I'm not doing that again.
Both parties are projecting in what they witnessed in the past. And I just don't think it was a match.
Okay, so I had a word that I, went into with 2025. What is the word that you guys want to go into? It's not a New Year's resolution, but a word.
I'm going to go with fight, but it's not in the context that some people might think of it. I really want to, and I was talking to you a little bit about this before we started filming, but I really want to branch out and do something else with my career. And now that I'm in an entrepreneurial mindset, I feel like I want to keep that lifestyle and I want to keep that for myself, but in a different genre. And so I know that I'm going to have to fight a lot to push through and, be dedicated to do that. And so my coach would always say when I was figure skating, like, fight, fight, fight. And so I'm going to fight.
It's funny you say that. Mine is almost the opposite. Mine would be ease. Like, I just want, not like things to be easy because I know they won't be, but I want this like ease of like just things falling into place because they're just meant to fall into place for me aligned. Like ease in life, ease in love, like ease in things that like you don't even realize you carry. Like I don't want like that heaviness. And I think for you guys, I'm manifesting alignment. Like I just want everything that is meant to come your way and be aligned with who you are as people today and where you will be tomorrow.
Inshallah, sister.
Inshallah. What's your new word for 2026?
Delusional.
Ooh,
yeah.
Period.
The only thing between me and my dreams is my self-limiting beliefs, and I want to get rid of those. And I'm going to go approach the hottest person in the room. Why can't I talk to them? I'm going to post all the TikTok that I want. Why can't they go viral?
I love that. But is that delusional or is that just you understanding and realizing your worth?
I think it's that, but I think it feels delusional right now because there are still a bit of self-limiting beliefs. But I just want to put myself out there as much as I can in every capacity and just like be delusional about the outcome.
That's so good. I like that. That's great.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, oh my God, we're almost at the end. Any final words for anyone that's listening to give them a little pep in their step or just closing off 2025?
Just go for it. Like, go for 2026. Like, anything. I was talking with Waleed about this too, like, about his journey with fashion and like his content creation now, and how like that has been such a, fulfilling prophecy to now do it and be consistent. And so you will always be the only one that holds you back. And that is true time and time again. And so if you can just get the F out of your way and let yourself really grow and thrive, you will do so much better. And it is possible, right? It seems like a ginormous task or this thing that's like, unclimbable, but you can do it, right? Just get out of your own way and cut the noise. All the people saying that you can't, because they're the ones that put you in your own way, but you're the one that stays in your way. Get out your way, girl.
Great. And you are the only one in your way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't know if I have any messages for anyone listening, but I have a message for you. I just want to say that I am very proud of you. I'm so proud of everything that you've been able to accomplish. Has been just a year of like amazing podcasts. As you know, every Friday I listen as I clean, and it's just playing. And I give you feedback all the time, and it's always good feedback because you're such a good host. And I hope that this continues to be a source of happiness for you and a source of just enjoyment. And I wish you the best of luck. And thank you for inviting me not once, but twice.
Oh my God, I wouldn't have it any other way. And thank you. Those were such sweet words. And I think if I could reflect that back to anyone that's listening, I think the biggest thing that I did this year was like decenter other people. And I kind of put myself in the driving seat, not in a very like selfish, obnoxious way, but the fight that you want to see, you're going to have to do that too, right? You're going to have to kind of like mute out other people's opinions. Being delusional in your life, you're going to have to like kind of decenter other people's what they think about you. So I think the one piece of advice that I would give to people, but also to myself, is decenter people to an extent where they don't stop you from fulfilling what you want in life. And this is a dating podcast, and I'm sure a lot of people that listen, they're single, and the holidays are a tough time of the year. I just want you to know that you are not behind. And if you're dating and you're confused, I would advise you to pay attention to the patterns, not the words, because I feel like words are really easy to say things and not mean it. And if you're spending the holidays with yourself this year, again, it's a reminder. It's not a failure. It's just a season. And the good things about seasons is that one goes by and another one comes. So thank you so much for listening to Lovely in 2025. And thank you both for being in my life.
Thank you so much for having us.
Love you.
Lovely is an Immigrantly media production. This episode was produced by Sadia Khan and Shay Yu, written by me, Mehak. Music, sound design, and editing by Lou Raskin. Other music is by Epidemic Sound. Tune in every Friday for more Lovely.